Hello friends, I'm here today in the alluvial floodplain, the bottomlands, the lowlands, where the stream meets the lake here. Here in southern Indiana, this is kind of areas populated by black willows and silver maples, sycamores, button bushes, and hopefully we'll find some American elms as we go a little farther up. It's also got a lot of tick seed sunflowers, rather annoyingly. I'll try to avoid those. But I came down here for a few reasons, the first of which is that I spied a large fruiting of mushrooms from the road. So let's go check that out first. Okay, so here is what I spied from the vehicle driving by. Wasn't quite sure what they were, but I had a feeling there might be some oyster mushrooms here. And indeed they are, some very, very large oyster mushrooms. Look at those guys. There's even some down in there. Wow. So wow, that's a whole lot of oyster mushroom right there. Look how thick that thing is. Getting a little frayed on the edges, falling apart, a little translucent. Kind of past the point of edibility. I wouldn't eat this from here anyway. This lake is known to be contaminated and there's a lot of civilization upstream. Mushrooms do bioaccumulate toxins and heavy metals, so keep that in mind if you're harvesting any mushrooms for consumption. This is super cool to find these. I wasn't sure when I saw them from the road if they were oyster mushrooms. I thought they might be, and they are very impressive ones. Okay, so let's move on, find something else. So here's a dead deer carcass. I mean, it is the dying time of year. Statistically, between Christmas and New Year's, it's the deadliest time of year. You're most likely to die, probably even more so for the animals, as resources can be scarce and any injury or disruption in their life could prove fatal. Deers aren't very long lived. They only live about 5 years on average, and a lot of times what happens is their teeth just wear down into nubs and they can't sustain themselves. I'm not sure if that's what happened to this deer. It is a female though. It doesn't look like the result of hunting. But anyway, I digress. Let's keep looking for mushrooms. Okay, here's something interesting. So this little red guy is either a scarlet cup or a crimson cup, some kind of Sarcoscypha cup fungus, bright red in the inside and the fertile surface, and kind of whitish light pink on the outside. I see some videos in the UK and Europe calling this a scarlet elf cup and saying it's edible. I'm not sure if this is the same species, so I won't be collecting it and taking it home, but it's a really cool mushroom to find. Bright red, not something you see all the time. All right, so let's keep moving, see what else we can find. Oh, here's some more mushrooms. Quite a number of pear-shaped puffballs there. So common to find in the fall and winter. They are edible when new. I have done a video on these. Pear-shaped by pyriform, if you want to reference that. One of the only puffballs that grows on wood, so pretty easy to identify and always fun to see. Okay, so here's what I was hoping to find. Some standing dead elm trees, American elm trees, for two reasons. One reason is because of the winter mushroom, the velvet foot, the velvet shank, the Enoki. Can be found all winter long. Can freeze and come back just like an oyster mushroom. And you can see they go all the way up, and I think I see some more over here. And the other reason I came to see these trees is because this is where black morels will grow in the spring, around these standing dead elms. So now's a good time to go do some scouting. or the spring. There's a good view of the underside. Those are really cool. There's some in all different stages of growth. They make these really cool clusters. But look up here, we got some kind of Auricularia, some kind of woodier fungus. Wintertime is also a great time to find jelly funguses. I'm not sure exactly which Auricularia that is. But yeah, hopefully make a video about jellies here soon. One thing to point out is this is a powerful anticoagulant. It's often found in hot and sour soup. So you may want to avoid eating this if you're on Coumadin or other blood thinner, or if you plan on getting in a fist fight or having surgery. Probably not the best to eat hot and sour soup or any woody or mushroom prior to that. Let's see, are there any more? Okay, yeah, here's another one. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Some more mature specimens. Some older ones, some dried out ones. And a lot of mature ones down here, but look at this cluster, that's amazing. Look how cool that is. All right, so here it is up close. The winter mushroom, the Enoki, the velvet foot, the velvet shank. Ooey gooey sticky top. You can see how the leaf stuck on there, especially when it's wet. They're very sticky. And the velvet foot has this kind of dark fuzzy stem. When they first come out, it will be this pale yellow color of the gills, but over time it will darken going from the bottom up. You can see how the gills are not attached to the stem. Spore print will be white. Definitely not a beginner mushroom. It looks a lot like the Deadly Galerina, which will have a ring on the stem and a rusty brown spore print, but it is edible. Mild mushroom flavor, kind of slippery texture. It is related to the Enokis in the Asian market. This is Flammulina velutipes. Flammulina meaning little flames, so that applies to these orange ones quite well. The ones in the Asian market are Flammulina filiformis, I believe. This mushroom does have a lot of medicinal benefits. It can improve circulatory system function, immune function, and most notably prevent cancer. A lot of antioxidants in there. They actually did a study in Japan of the farmers of the Enoki, factory workers of the Enoki, and they had a 30 to 40% reduced cancer rate compared to the rest of the population. So that's pretty encouraging stuff. So yeah, that's what we came here to find. Let the Enoki be your guide to look for some morel spots in the spring. Okay, and I can show you the spores here to prove it is not Deadly Galerina. We take one of these off the top. You can see those white spores there. Let's go see if we can find a Deadly Galerina for comparison. Okay, so here we have the funeral bell, Deadly Galerina, Galerina marginata. Okay, so here's the funeral bell, Deadly Galerina, Galerina marginata. You can see it does look a lot like the Enoki with the orange color. It does have that darkened ring area there. We'll have a brown spore print. Older specimens will have a kind of a rusty brown color in between the gills. This is kind of a younger one, so you can't really see that on this one. But this is one of the deadliest mushrooms in this region. It has amatoxins that will mess with your RNA protein synthesis and shut down your organs in a number of days. So definitely do not consume this mushroom. Glad I could find this, show you the comparison. It's been a really fun little adventure down here in the lowlands. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time on Mushroom Journeys.